Here are 5 things every retiree and pre-retiree need to know before summer ends. Most people treat summer like a financial pause button. Vacations get planned, the strict schedules loosen up, and the idea of sitting down with your finances gets pushed off until the fall. But here's the problem with that. Fall has a way of arriving with a pile of deadlines, tax decisions, and a much busier schedule, and they all stack up at once. I hope this video gives you a way out of that cycle. I'm going to walk you through 5 specific things you should be doing with your finances this summer. And I want to be clear, these aren't vague reminders to check in on your goals. These are concrete actions that can make the back half of 2026 a whole lot smoother. Let's get right into it. Summer is actually one of the smartest windows for tax planning. You're halfway through the year and you still have time to make changes. Here's what to look at. Are you on track with your estimated quarterly tax payments? If you took a required distribution, or RMD, earlier this year, or had any investment gains, make sure withholding and estimated payments are keeping pace. This is also a good moment to revisit whether a Roth conversion makes sense. If your income is running lower than anticipated this year, you may have a window to convert a portion of the traditional IRA dollars to a Roth IRA in those lower tax brackets. But this window closes on December 31st. Markets move throughout the year, and by summer your portfolio may have drifted from the allocation you intended at the start of the year. If the equity side of your portfolio has grown significantly, your risk exposure has grown with it. The flip side is also true. If markets pull back in a sector that you're heavy in, you may be more concentrated than you realize. This isn't a reason to make sweeping changes, but it may make sense to review the question of whether your current allocation still matches your timeline and your income needs. And if it doesn't, summer can be a calm time to make measured adjustments rather than reactive ones in the fall. This one gets skipped constantly, and it can create serious problems for the people you're leaving things to. Beneficiary designations on retirement accounts and your life insurance policies override your will. That means if your IRA still names an ex-spouse or a beneficiary passed away and was never updated, those assets pass exactly as the paperwork says, regardless of your intentions. Pull up your accounts this summer and confirm the names are current. If you've had a major life change in the last few years, like a divorce, remarriage, birth of a grandchild, or maybe a death in the family, this review is especially important. Medicare Open Enrollment runs October 15th through December 7th every year. That window feels far away in July. But making a change to your coverage isn't something you want to do in a rush at the end of November. Summer's the right time to pull your current plan details, look at what your actual costs were for the first half of the year, and decide whether your plan is still the right fit. If you've maybe had new prescriptions, more specialized visits, or changes in your health, your current plan may not be the most cost-effective option for next year. And the same logic applies to long-term care insurance if you have that. Review your coverage and to see if the benefits still align with what you'd actually need. This is another one that often gets skipped, and it's arguably the most important one on this list. Take a look at where your income is coming from. Maybe it includes Social Security, withdrawals from your portfolio, maybe it's a pension, some part-time income, and ask yourself, does this still cover what we're spending? Have expenses crept up in the first half of the year? Has anything changed with our income sources? If your spending has outpaced your income, you want to know that now, not in December. And if you haven't built a clear withdrawal strategy yet, summer's a great time to get that mapped out before year-end planning hits. Are you interested in sitting down with a team that could look at all of these at once? We'd be glad to have that conversation. At Networth Advisors, our retirement GPS process covers exactly this kind of mid-year coordination, including income, taxes, your investment strategy, insurance and Medicare, and legacy and estate planning, all in one place. You can reach us on our website, call us at 724-746-3585, or email us at schedule@networthadvisorsllc.com. The first conversation is our discovery meeting, and is completely complimentary. If you enjoy this sort of content, please consider liking and subscribing. We put out content like this every month for people who are in or approaching retirement and want a straightforward, practical guidance. Thanks for watching. Until next time.